Who doesn't like bubblegum? Juicy, delicious that is, no doubt. Bubblegum is loved by all candy lovers, and for a matter of fact, chewing gum, also known as bubblegum, is one of the oldest candies made in the world. Speaking of its origination, in its earliest form, it was a piece of flavored elastic tree resin that people would chew for hours. Many teenagers and young adults even consider chewing bubblegum as a cool activity, and if you're one of them, you'll surely be related to it. Besides, there is no doubt in believing that, as we all, most civilization in history have chewed some kind of gum, but not exactly the chewing gum or the bubble gum, but gum for medicinal purposes. That's cool, isn't it? But have you ever wondered how bubble gum is made? We have no doubt that at some point in time, you must have wondered but didn't care enough to find out. In this video today, we answer that question. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting video from our channel, How's It Made? Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to our channel. Also, hit the bell icon to get a notification whenever we upload a new video. That said, let's begin. It's a well fact that the Mayans chewed on the sap of Sapodilia or Chicozapo tree, while in ancient Greece, people chewed on the sap of Boswellia tree. To be precise, this custom has survived in different parts of the world since the Neolithic age. Well, there is a history attached to the creation or making of gum that can be chewed by what we know by the name chewing gum or bubblegum. In addition, it's also considered that the Mexican politician Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, who was the first person to be exiled to the United States, brought something called chili, a resin derived from the Sapodilia tree, traditionally chewed by Native Americans. Discussing the same, around this era, American consumers were somewhat familiar with chewing gum made from paraffin wax. Meanwhile, the inventor and businessman Thomas Adams discovered that heating saccharin with sugar and flavoring will produce a chewing gum which was precisely better than paraffin-based chewing gum. As a result, Adams later obtained a patent for a chewing gum manufacturing machine and founded Adams & Sons Co. in the 1870s, whereas during the time of World War II, American soldiers introduced this commercially made chewing gum made from chocolate to other parts of the world. Now, we will proceed to the making of modern chewing gum and learn every detail of it. What is modern-time chewing gum made of? With time, the manufacturers and the makers have replaced resin with other more readily available substances. Speaking of the ingredients included or added to modern-day chewing gum, it has 4 main ingredients. To name them, they're gum base, sweeteners, flavoring agent, and food-grade colors. However, the gum base is the non-nutritive, insoluble base of chewing gum. To be precise, the gum base can be made of natural and synthetic materials, whereas most countries or regions in the world have established regulations to determine which substances are allowed and which are not allowed in making modern-day bubblegum. What sweeteners are used in chewing gum? Speaking about the same, chewing gum sweeteners can be divided into 3 types. Precisely, the very first sweetener added in the bubblegum in the making technique is a nutritive sweetener, also known as ordinary sugar, while the second type is sugar alcohol, which provides sweetness but contains no calories. Moving on to the third sweetener substance, the third sweetener is a strong sweetener like aspartame. Discussing its quality and specialty, these intense sweeteners are synthetic substances that don't contain calories. Well, isn't that impressive? When compared to nutritive sweeteners or sugar alcohols, they provide a much higher concentration of sweetness. The making of bubblegum, initial production process. Every item produced or manufactured in any area of the world first goes through the initial step, that is the production plan. Hence, after the production plan of action method is approved, the item is sent for the production process. Discussing the same, the production process involves melting the gum, the base ingredients together, and then mixing the other ingredients. The mixture is then extruded, shaped, adjusted to obtain the desired texture, cooled, and finally wrapped. The raw material used in the making of bubblegum. Before the 1940s, the main ingredient used in the making of bubblegum was a substance called chicle, which was a latex sap from a tree in Central America. After World War II, chemists developed a synthetic rubber with the same chemical properties as insulin. During this process, additional sugar and flavoring agents are added, which are then released to the gum stating that the gum is chewable. Step 1. Prepare chicle. This step is only needed if natural chocolate is used to make bubblegum. Chicle is taken from the tree and collected in a bucket. Chicle, a chewing gum made of milky white latex condensed from Manilcara zapota, a tropical American fruit tree mainly from Yucatan in Central America. Chicle is pink to reddish-brown fragments which contain both rubber and gutta percha. Continuing the process, and then it's filtered and then is put in a large kettle, and then boils the rock sugar to about 2/3 of its original volume to make it more concentrated. It is then placed in a greased wooden mold and transported to the manufacturing plant. Step 2. Mix and dry the latex. Both natural and artificial chewing gum is ground into coarse grains and then mixed together to ensure uniformity. Then put the mixture in a warm room and dry it there for a day or two. Step 3. Cooking and cleaning the base. In this step, the gum base is boiled at 243 Fahrenheit until it's liquefied. The liquefied chewing gum is filtered through a screen to remove any impurities and then centrifuged in a high-speed centrifuge. The liquid gum base is then passed through a series of finer screens to remove smaller and smaller impurities. Step 4. Mix the other ingredients. It's in this step that additives are added to the chewing gum. First, add powdered sugar and corn syrup to the base to make the gum taste sweeter. Secondly, flavoring and softening agents are added to make it taste better and easier to chew. After the chewing gum is evenly mixed, pour the gum base into the long piece and let it stand to cool. Step 5. Kneading and rolling. This step of the process lasts for several hours as the gum is flattened and pressed. Cut the larger piece from the larger piece and flatten it to a thickness of 0.17 inches. Once this thickness is reached, the gum is ready to be cut. Throughout the process, the gum is sprinkled with powdered sugar so it's easier to cut. Step 6. Cutting and seasoning. The machine cuts each piece of gum into the same size, 1.3 inches long and 0.449 inches wide. The gum is then flavored at room temperature, which means it can concentrate the flavor in a single gum stick. Step 7. Packaging. After the gum is seasoned, wrap each gum with aluminum foil or wax paper, put it in an appropriate package, and then ship it to stores across the country. For those who want to know how bubblegum is made, most people do not like it's made from latex juice or a variety of chemicals. However, except for flavoring agents, all the ingredients that enter the bubblegum are natural. Although bubblegum is made of a kind of rubber, it's still closely related to many American traditions, and I'll continue to chew it until the end of time. The side effects of chewing a bubblegum. Chewing gum may cause mercury to be released from amalgam fillings. Chewing gum can also cause tooth decay and corrosion, especially when sugar is added. When you chew sugar gum, you're actually soaking your teeth and gums in the sugar bath for some time. However, chewing a piece of bubblegum can be beneficial for your mental health, but how? Chewing gum can significantly increase the alertness level of self-assessment, reduce self-assessment anxiety and stress levels, reduce salivary cortisol levels, and improve overall task performance. And that's it, guys. Let us know if you found this video informative in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos. See you in the next video.